Okay, so it's a nice dreary Saturday morning. I was just doing some raids here, so I thought I'd record a couple. I uh, I get hit by more powerful teams pretty much all the time now. So my teams, depending on what color I take in, range from 2700 something to into the 2800s. Um, but I'm taking on regularly 30, 100 teams and up, so this one's no different. So, switch a couple heroes around to red. My reds aren't that strong, but they do in a pinch. I actually think I'm going to take him so I have a striker instead of just AoE hitters. Um, Now, this is kind of a funny team setup because they've got two blues and two greens. So if I get a bunch of red tiles on the left-hand side of the board, that'll be good because then I'm stacked up against the two greens. And yeah, it's kind of dangerous to have two of the same color side by side. So if I stacked green and got a bunch of green under Pansier here and Kayla, then they're an easy kill with tiles. So just something to keep in mind when you're doing your team setup. They must not have many reds or purples yet that are strong. I get people wanting to put out their strongest on defense teams, but sometimes that can actually work against you too. Because then, depending on the board, the tiles really come into play for the offense, and your team ends up being an easy takeout. So, just something to keep in mind, even if you have to put in a 3-star, just so there's some color variety. That's not necessarily a bad thing by any means. Oh, Crockett is annoying. I wish I had a copy of him. He has a good special. Now what to do? Ugh, too many yellow tiles. Alright, let's hope I get some more red tiles this time. That's a dodge gun. He's got a dodge gun on him too, which is smart. I don't know. I like Crockett. I know some people don't, but his special is all defensive, but I'd imagine he's quite handy for war machines and that as well. Well, that's never good for your first two moves. All tiles of the wrong color. Jeez. Hmm. Alright, didn't even get a tank bust this time. How sweet is that? Yeah, I've hit platinum a couple times and then I've just gotten massively pounded into the ground by people. Way stronger because I've unfortunately hit a category, hit the platinum category. Which is fine, that's the way it is. And there's lots of people that only hit weaker teams for their raids, which is whatever. That's the way they want to play. That's the way they want to play. I still reroll on weaker teams. There's no challenge to it when it's a weaker team, so I don't get it. I don't get only hitting weaker teams, but that's just me, maybe. Now, 74, I'm kind of thinking this move should take him out. That's good, because those tiles are bad. They wouldn't have helped take him out. Well, let's get rid of some more bad tiles. Ah, stuck with too many yellow tiles again. Oh, brutal. Hmm. Hmm. Close but no cigar. Well, even though they're more powerful teams. They are still worth hitting considering what you would get from them. So, like, I would have got, what, 52 trophies. Even this one, 3,400, it's even more powerful than the last team, and I'm still going to try and hit this one because 54 trophies, 11k food, 11k iron, 4 recruits. It's still worth it to try because you never know. I do actually win some of these. Not very often, but I do actually win some of these because 3 stars are not going to stand up to almost fully leveled 5 stars. But that's just the way it is. So, yeah, and I don't buy anything here to do pulls to get extra heroes, and what would be the point of that? I don't have enough inventory to level up any 5 stars if I had them anyway. I don't have enough inventory to level up the 4 stars that I have right now, so yeah, it's one of those things. You're caught, like, people want to do pulls, which I understand, and especially with the Christmas heroes right now in the Summon Gate, you could end up with a really good hero like Rudolph, but then he's just gonna sit because I have I have 1 repelling gear for, and you need 6 of them. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You can definitely pay to get further ahead in the game, but this kind of stuff stops you too unless you're willing to buy all the deals that come up that have the promo mats in them. So yeah, it's a funny game that way. That's for sure. It certainly does emphasize the pay to win. But that's okay. So those raids didn't work out the greatest, but that's alright. I can wait for my flags to recover and try again. And just one more thing to keep in mind, because I know I've talked about this before, but this is kind of an odd team setup too. So Jacob's a support hero. Defense fires from left to right. You would want him in one of these 2 positions. Either here or here. So he puts up the attack before the rest of the team fires. He gets 84 attack and 39% chance to perform a support attack. So you'd want him on the left hand side, not the right hand. When I fought this battle, Stinger went off a couple times before I could get rid of her. Well, if Jacob was here or here, he would have went off the one time before she fired, which means he would have helped her. He didn't help her at all because his special went off after she had fired. And then same with Rana here. She's in a corner, so she helps caster and nearby allies. And she's a slow hero. You don't generally want slow heroes on a wing, because they're of no help. So she went off only after I had killed off Wallace, so she was of no help to him either, being in a corner. So it's another thing to keep in mind when they're an AoE hitter that helps themselves and nearby allies. Or she's an AoE healer, not a hitter, but yeah, you definitely don't want them in a corner. So her special did no good at all. And when it did go off, I just debuffed it with Rex, and then killed her. So yeah, that's some good heroes here. I would just do the lineup a little bit differently than what they've got it here, so the specials aren't wasted. It's because the support heroes are awesome. They can keep your hitters alive, right? So this just needs to be a little bit... If they switch Jacob and Rana, it'd probably be a lot better. So anyway, just another tip there to think about when you're doing a lineup up. So I think that's it for now, and I will be back for war tomorrow.